Hi, how finely should you segment? Or asked another way, how many segments should you have for your plan? We're always told that we should segment and we should compartmentalise our activities. But our data doesn't actually support that. Let me show you why. Well, let me give you the headline right now. You should have more plans, not more segments per plan. I took a look at a couple of thousand plans that we have in the database, and the data was unambiguous, and I'll show you that data right now, but the net conclusion is you need more plans, not more segments. I mentioned earlier that I took a couple of thousand plans that we've got in Funnel Plan, and what I did just crudely is I split the high growth from the low growth, so I just split it down the middle after ranking them for growth, and I took the highest growth and the lowest growth to look at what the differences were. And the differences were really stark. I found that the low growth companies had 6 segments, and the high growth, I should say plans, the high growth plans had 4. Fewer segments in the higher growth plans. So I kept digging to find out why. And then I found another inverse piece of data that suddenly opened my eyes to what the issue was. These high growth plans came from companies that had more plans. Specifically, the high growth plans, that is the plans representing growth that was greater than the lower growth plans, the high growth plans, typically there were 6 plans per company. The low growth plans that had more segments had fewer plans, typically 4 plans per company. Net, what does all that mean? Fewer segments, more plans equals higher growth, more segments, fewer plans equals lower growth. Why? What on earth is going on? And then it hit me. If you add lots of segments to your plan, you're not narrowing your market, you're actually broadening your market. As a consequence of broadening your market, you dilute your focus, and any sort of argument around slicing your market up and being unique to each of those has gone away, because you haven't got a different strategy in terms of problem, in terms of solution you're taking to market, and you haven't got different tactics and you haven't got different message, then you're actually becoming very generic rather than hard-hitting, cut-through, relevant to your market. There are 4 things we can do about that right now. Identify all the segments you serve and add them into your plan. Secondly, test whether the strategy is tight and relevant for all of those segments. And I want you to focus particularly on the problem that you solve and the solution that you use to solve that problem. Is that completely relevant for all of those segments? Third, test whether your message is hard-hitting for each segment, or has it become generic and accommodating? Step 4, if either your strategy is too broad or your language has lost any of its edge, then move those segments out of your plan and into a new plan. Now, if you don't have a funnel plan to do all of that in, get a free one from here. Go to funnelplan.com now, get yourself a free funnel plan. It's free forever. Get a free funnel plan from funnelplan.com and start planning. Now, if you already have a trial plan, can I recommend that you upgrade it to a paid plan. One of the many features you get in the paid version is that you can edit all of your segments. Now, if you have a paid plan, consider whether you need more paid plans. Why? I think I've just mounted the argument, is that it turns out that you need to be able to really be precise about serving each of the markets that you serve, or honouring each of the markets that you want to serve, and so you need to have multiple plans with not too many segments, a nice narrow target market. Well, that's it for this week. I hope you got value from that. I certainly enjoyed putting it together for you. Lots more lined up for next week, and until then, may your funnel be full and always flowing. Our thanks this week to Claudia Ivanka for her production. Thanks to Hannah Sivalingam for her supervision of that production. My name's Hugh McFarlane, and it's been my absolute pleasure to script and present this week's show.